like, what happened? And so I pull up out front, and there's like a bunch of cop cars, and there's cops like scattered, and I'm like, what's going on? Well, I wasn't really that suspicious because it's old Louisville. Yeah. So I was just like, life.
It's only like 3 blocks from where we used to see cops every day.
Yeah, nature is healing, or whatever the meme is. So there's multiple cop cars, and then there's like, I see 2 cops, and they've got like the vest things on. Yeah. So I'm like, ooh, it's serious. And then I noticed they're just chasing a little dog. Like a little dog, like a tiny little like pup.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
They chase it, and then they catch it, and then they give it to a little kid. Yeah. And then that was it.
They're like, "This is yours now." He's like, "I didn't." What do you mean?
No, the kid said he keeps getting out. And then the cops were like, it's all right.
He's tiny, like a mouse. Yeah. She just slips out.
So then I couldn't hear the rest of what they were saying because I just kept yelling, "Fucking pigs!"
I accidentally sneezed on a cop earlier, so, I'm doing my part, too, for the community.
Dirtbag trash.
I tried to sneeze over my shoulder so I wouldn't walk into my own sneeze while I was walking the dog, and when I turned around, there was a cop, like, a few paces back who was like...
A-cab.
I got him.
Fucking A-cab, dude.
All cops are blowing their noses after I get a hold of them.
That was funny. It was just like, it was two well, it doesn't matter what race they were, cops, and they're just helping find a dog.
Yeah.
And it's like, did George Soros pay for like this ad? Is this like am I in a live ad?
Yeah, you see a cool looking guy with a fancy camera phone filming it.
What is going on?
Not all cops. And then they kick the dog.
And then they see me and they're like, that guy looks psychologically conflicted right now. He's probably high. Let's arrest him.
Let's get him.
He looks like he's over-processing what is just a lost dog.
Yeah. No, there was a real thing going on over there earlier, but I just heard the yelling.
What did you hear?
Just some guy being like, "Man, I just woke up." Which is never like... It was after like 5 minutes of yelling, of him like screaming at somebody. So I just imagine that he comes down and there's cops and he's just like starts screaming at them. And then they're like, "We're not here for you. We're looking for a dog." And then he's like, "Well, how am I supposed to know? I just woke up."
Citywide manhunt continues for a dog.
Man hunts dog? Is that dog hunts man?
Man hunts dog. That sounds like a UFC fight.
Man hunts dog.
I don't know where the verses would be in there.
Man hunts dog versus...
no, Man hunts dog is the full title.
That's the entire title. Yeah.
Somewhere there's an implied verses that you cut into the two names that collectively make up Man hunts
dog. Do they
dog.
put like fighting dogs into tiny little octagon cages in between fights?
Well, usually in the UFC there are animals who compete, but in the tournament...
they don't televise that. It's undercards.
Well, no, they would. It's just in the tournament, they get knocked out so early every time. That by the time you're on TV, it's just people.
You don't even have time to bet.
Yeah, and even when it's an orangutan, by the time you get all the tattoos and Gatorade sponsorships, it looks just like any old Irish guy. Let's be honest, an orangutan and a hairy fucking potato eating.
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Do snakes give you vitamin D?
I mean, it depends on what you do to the snake. You know what I mean?
Well, is that why Ireland, they're like, great, we got the snakes out. And then 100 years later, they're like, why is our skin all
Why are we all so pale and weak? Yeah. Does that have anything to do with the fact that we're drunk and eat potatoes? What a fun stereotype to have. Oh, you guys eat potatoes.
Yeah. Don't let any of them work here.
They'll eat all the potatoes.
They'll make happy hour fucking a blast.
They're always drunk and singing, and they eat potatoes.
Maybe that's what that sign meant, which the no Irish need apply, which isn't even a real thing.
They don't even need to apply. You already got the job, buddy.
Exactly.
No Irish need apply. We've hired enough of them.
Dude, we got an open door policy for the Irish.
Just come on in, baby. Clock in.
Yeah.
Start draining potatoes or whatever.
You guys are a trip.
You guys are great.
And we all know that other people, like, you hire an Italian guy and then you're like, oh yeah, you can put your bag over there in the corner. And then later you're like, why is this bag moving?
Why is it moving?
Oh my god, it's full of snakes.
Why is there blood? Oh, I thought it was going to be a mafioso thing.
No, it's because all other nationalities are bringing snakes with them occasionally. Or at least there's that risk.
That's true.
But if you hire an Irish guy back in the America, steel ships, that era. You get one of them going, you're not gonna have. There won't be a snake in his boot. Disney just sent us a letter. How do you think they own Toy Story?
They totally do.
Dogs own Pixar.
Yeah, Mr. Potato Head right over there.
Whoa! Eric's got a mustache on him. But then he has a t-shirt on. Mr. Potato said this is more female headliners. Good. Your dog is trying to get on the... What's this dog's name?
Lilith.
Lilith?
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that.
I didn't name it. I would have guessed.
No, I know. What would you have named this dog?
I don't know. I would have just been like, hey, what's up?
Madam Blavatsky. There's only so many possible names that a dog could have.
Yeah, some sort of demon.
Yeah, if it was a dog, Alistair.
Yeah, something like that.
This is my cat, Timothy McVeigh, the cat.
This is my cat, Kaczynski. Kaczynski would be a good name for a cat, though.
Kaczynski would be an awesome name for a cat.
Yeah.
Kaczynski would be a good name for a guy who knew what was going on.
Man just wanted to be left alone.
No, that guy, he was cool. So what have you been up to, other than building these weird devices? Oh, I guess you're talking about that there. Cut.
What's up with all these loose cut wires everywhere? You don't want to sweep up before you have a guest over?
All this postal wrapping. Since when are you mailing stuff? Are you selling some of these books in the mail?
Do you think, since the Postal Service is in trouble, do you think they're like, listen, we're rescinding our no bomb policy?
That'd be great.
Feel free. We need the stamp money.
They should do like you know how the Times like Person of the Year thing? They're like, well, it's not always a good person. It's just whoever had the most influence.
Yeah.
Like it could be like Hitler or something like that.
I think they only did it once with Hitler.
No,
which I feel like they just made a mistake, like, and they were like, no, it could be anybody.
That guy's awesome. It was just one really passionate guy. Like he did a 12 Angry Men thing. And they were like, yeah, I guess you're right. This Hitler guy doesn't know what's up. And then later they're like, God damn it.
Well, we can spin this. We
got swindled.
We're journalists. We can figure out a spin for this.
Jerry did that meeting right before lunch, but then he brought donuts. So then we were all fucking...
And he caused the Holocaust during lunch. It was already in...
Our blood sugar was fucked.
It was already depressed.
Damn. It was going to be jazz. I didn't think that was the right time period. In fact, I know it wasn't.
Yeah, jazz is always around,
Times
man.
Man of the Year. The sweet sounds of jazz. No, man, it's like that, but it's the post office is doing that. They're like, we're commemorating post stamps for the people who are the most influence on the post office. It doesn't have to be positive.
It doesn't have to be positive. Ted, he put our name on the map.
Yeah, all those fucking white...
Thank God he didn't put our name on the map.
Thank God we scrubbed our name off the map. Thank God we convinced the CIA to make the post office headquarters a black site.
What do we need an address for? Who's mailing us something? That's our job.
Exactly. But it says right, I got a letter from the post office that has a return address. Oh, No, you get them. You get like you give one to David Cassidy or whatever, some fucking
David Cassidy.
Someone who's getting a lot of fan mail from teens in the 70s. I think David Cassidy's a name I made up.
I think so.
He's from the Partridge Boys or something.
Peter, Paul, John, and Mary. What is it?
He was the star on My Dad and Me. He played me.
Do you like Paul or John? I love John Ritter.
John Ritter.
Who's Paul? Pauly Shore? They're not really contemporary.
Hey man, it's Paul, and then in smaller print, E. Shore, George, Carlin.
Put him on a stamp.
Oh, Ringo's gonna be hard.
Ringo.
Okay, let's do who's John. Oh, we did John Ritter.
John Ritter.
Let's put this t-shirt's for no one. This t-shirt's for the intersection of
no one and no one.
John Ritter fans,
George Carlin fans,
Pauly Shore fans. That's just really me.
Already niche.
Yeah. This is just a shirt for me.
Hey, that's not niche. That's miche.
Oh, yeah. Is kitsch a play? Similarly, that phrase kitsch, is that a play on Kit from Knight Rider?
Yeah, because only Kit thinks it's funny.
Yeah, Kit from Knight Rider was always like, I love Mr. T bobbleheads. Hop in, David Hasselhoff, or Knight, and Michael Knight. That is such a like fake headline type thing. It's like Channing Tatum
sways in. It's like, why? Channing Tatum weighs in for what? A fight? That's
he's like, I'm team surf, and then he's got a big surfboard. They're like, all right, buddy. That's like, I'm gonna sell that joke to Carrot Top.
I'm team surf, and then he pulls out a.
Yeah. Everyone's talking about Dave Chappelle and J.K. Rowling or Team Turf.
Well, I'm
team surf, and then he's got a surfboard that says all
lives matter. It says all lives matter, and he's like, I didn't mean it like that.
No, it's what's a phrase that would symbol that you're pro trans rights?
Don't they say trans rights or human rights or
trans
whatever?
Rights or human or something? Yeah,
or something. I don't know. Yeah, a nice topical.
What is the Make America Great Again for people who fucking don't give a fuck?
I like a topical Carrot Top bit. He should do that more often.
I should write more topical Carrot Top bits.
No, he should. I'd like to see those pop up on Instagram instead of him riding around in like go-karts and the other weird goofy shit I see him doing.
It's me windsurfing. But where are the wind nobles and wind gentry? Where's the wind magician?
Where's the wind magi?
I don't even see any turnips up here to wind surf a farm.
Where's the wind alchemist?
Yeah. I did a show the other day I did it at a gay bar in Cincinnati, or no, in Columbus. It was called A-Wall.
No, straight bar. Wait, a bowling alley. Wait, hold on. I had a date.
Sorry, I went to a straight grocery store in St. Louis. No, I had a show at a gay bar in Columbus. It was called the A-Wall Bar.
Yeah.
And it was all military. I thought it was going to be like military themed.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is this a gay bar?
Yeah.
And then I realized that the actual name was A Wall in the Bathroom with a Hole in It Bar. And then I was like, oh, that's all. Maybe now I see the theme.
Was it really called A-Wall Bar?
It was actually called A-Wall Bar. And the back room where the stage was called the Barracks.
And it's a gay bar.
It was a gay bar. It was very fun. Pooping was very fun.
You could see a lot of cops.
No, just like in a big
through.
open room. I could see the stage from the toilet.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so I could poop and then make eye contact with the headliner. No, I'm just kidding. I was the headline. That wouldn't even make sense.
I was making eye contact with the openers.
I don't know why in my wrist I lowered my position. I was there watching. Your dog wants me to do something.
He's just trying to play.
What's his name? Malachi?
Judas. I don't know.
Judas got 30 pieces of silver or something.
Never.
A new bike. The news is expensive though, man. I have a friend who I think he just works for the Guardian because he always just sends me Guardian articles. I'm like, I can't fucking read this.
But the Guardian is the only free one.
No, you have to pay, don't you?
The Guardian is like the only free one left.
It always tries to make me pay.
You can just say no. Guardian is the only one not behind a paywall.
I don't read the thing. A thing pops up and I go, they got me. I guess damn it.
Yeah, no. The Guardian.
That's the same reason why I could never watch porn as a under 18 or 21 in some states.
I can't. And I don't know which state it is.
Yeah.
I better just wait.
That is always fun, man. When you're a kid, you're like, let's go across state lines so we can watch pornography.
Let's all watch pornography. Let's go to the drive-in pornography theater.
Drive-in. Whoa. You ever go to you have drive-ins in your town?
Not any that were open. Just abandoned places to go, shoot beer bottles and commit hate crimes.
You'd shoot the whole bottle? You guys were thirsty.
We just shoot the full ones and we're like, is that how you get drunk? You're shooting the beer bottles. You're like, put that thing down. That gun's drunk.
How often did that happen in the Old West? That someone goes into the saloon and they're like, "You want a shot of whiskey?" He's like, "Sure." And then he shoots a giant.
He's like, throw it up in the air.
Bottle of whiskey. The bartender's like, "Well, that'll take another month before we get any more of that."
I'm looking at some animal news.
What's in animal news?
The absolute
What
best
if Tiger
dogs.
said about Dave Chappelle's special?
Sheila the lioness got a helping hand from a new neighbor. And listen, if that lioness is trans, I can guarantee it wasn't Dave Chappelle.
Is that the headline?
That's a long headline.
They're really stretching. National Geographic is really going clickbaity. This chicken ate what? Oh, chicken feed.
Oh, feed.
Okay. Huh. I don't know why chicken is what National Geographic is going with anyways.
I wonder if a chicken's ever been on the cover of National Geographic.
It should be, man.
Just put it up there like, hey, we need these.
Dolly the sheep.
That's not a chicken.
That probably made the cover. That probably is inspiring to barnyard animals everywhere.
We finally made it.
There's a donkey out there who's got Dolly the sheep on his... I don't know what he has.
Got a glass of paper towels.
I got glass I was going to drink water out of, but now in the bright light of the sun...
It's very dirty.
Yeah, I see that it's very dirty. So maybe I'll just soak the paper towel.
Drink
and
out
I'll
of
lick
that.
at it like a butterfly that's healing.
I think I got a clean glass if you want a glass of water. You want a glass of water?
You said that, and then you held up what is clearly a dirty coffee cup that you are.
Well, it's got coffee in it. Of course it's dirty.
Yeah.
It's not dirty. It's occupied. Do you consider, like, food on a plate dirty as well? You get handed food in a restaurant, like, this plate is filthy.
Yeah,
this plate is
food.
fucking disgusting.
What is going on? Why would you give me this? Every single bite of the fork, I'm like, what the fuck?
This thing is so gross.
I'm gonna need another. I'm gonna need another.
I need another fork, please.
And then need another round.
You just take one bite and set it down. You're like, this fork is dirty.
I don't.
Can you bring me the whole rack?
You go into a restaurant, you're like, I don't want to dirty any dishes. Can you just give me the burger?
You just hold out your hand.
Eric has his hand outstretched.
Put it right here.
Yeah.
Put her here.
Put her here.
The guy starts shaking your hand. No, the burger. And you know what? Don't even cook it. I don't want to dirty up your grill.
Your server comes out. They've got like 3 plates for other tables. They drop them off. And then they come over to your table, reach into their apron, pull out a burger. And just hand you a loose burger.
This guy I worked with did that. Not that. Definitely not that.
He did that with Pad Thai.
Did that with loose noodles in his pocket. No. But he had like a fork that had like fallen into his apron.
A pump and some ranch. He just started doing a little...
No, and somebody had like dropped their fork, and he was like, "I've actually got a fork on me," and he reached into his apron and handed him a fork. And then he came back, and he was like, looked at me, he was like, "That was so convenient." I was like, "Go give him a clean fork." The fuck is wrong with you? In what world is any of this like acceptable?
Just third world.
I think even there they would be like, "Can you spit on it at least or something? Like pretend, not take it out of your visibly gross apron."
No, that's awesome, man.
I love people being lazy at work. It's awesome.
When I used to have just a big trench coat that I would wear when I would serve, and then I sewed the insides with like a bunch of sauces and sleeves. I just be like, "What do you need?"
We're back to pumps.
Yeah. What do you need? Low sodium soy sauce. A fork.
Oh, I hate getting low sodium soy sauce.
You need a fork. You need a Sprite remix.
Wait, that's mine. That'll be extra.
I'm surprised there's never just been some like autistic like guy opening a restaurant. He's like, "I'm gonna revolutionize it. Our servers will wear backpacks."
And they'll carry all the food in there.
They'll have everything they need in the backpack.
And the food. They put the food in there beforehand.
Our servers will walk around pushing big carts.
There'll be big aisles of food that they can go get what they need.
Yeah, big cart.
Just a guy like reverse engineering a restaurant from his serving job. And then we'll cook the food for him.
Oh, do it.
This will be so much easier than what we've been doing.
I would love. You ever go to like a place where they cook the food in front of you?
Yeah, that's great. Waffle House.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of
Tableside service.
I guess restaurants that are saving money on a wall.
Why are you so playful today? I gave you a lot of attention yesterday. Are you used to it? Because don't get used to it, buddy. I just had the day off, all right?
People are ever trying to open like just regular old diners, and then they're like looking at property.
I also like to think that since they can't see the dog, they thought I was talking to you. But I was like, "What is he being a little rascal playing around?"
Playful, we're doing a lot of footsie. As you said on previous episodes, we record this in laughs.
We record this.
We sit in each other's laps.
We record this in bed, propped up on our chins.
That's why it sounds bad. It's one mic. Resting on each other's chest. You're buying.
You're opening a diner?
You're scoping out.
You're opening a diner, right?
I'm opening a diner. Dan's Diner.
Drive-in as well.
Yeah.
And also a diving board in back. Dan's Diners, Drive-in and Dive.
Yeah. No, man.
I'm here at a drive-in swimming pool.
I'm here at the pool where Keith Moon put that car into the pool. And also guys selling burgers.
Wacky. Just drowning Guy Fieri in a convertible.
He should get on. Was he on that show Splash? That show where celebrities did diving?
I would love for him.
How is that such a missed opportunity?
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't want to risk it because he's like, I'm the king of dives.
I'm the king of dives. I can't lose my title.
Yeah.
If I go on that show, someone else might get to take over my show.
Food Network he was like, Food Network, can I have...
I signed a really weird contract.
He was like, Food Network, can I have a month off to go into the TV show Splash? And they were like, Guy, we know you're the best at dives, but if you lose, there's no spot at this network for the guy who's second best.
You lose
at dives.
everything.
Yeah.
You lose the diners and the drive-ins if you lose that dive.
Well, it's a triathlon.
I would like to see the Guy Fieri triathlon where you just watch a movie, eat a burger, and then fall.
Yeah. I always thought that's what that show was, like a competition. You score points for owning a diner, and then you score points for watching a movie. How many kids can you sneak in the trunk and get paid for just 2 people in the car?
How many movies can you see in one day with 1 ticket?
Yeah, it's not really a driving thing. Sometimes it rains.
You can drive around.
Oh, okay.
You just move your car in between movies.
That would be a fun triathlon. What a great day that would be. You go to a diner, then you watch a movie in a car, and then you do a little swimming.
Because there is something appealing about falling asleep in a car.
Yeah.
It's always easy to fall asleep in a car. I do it driving all the time.
Yeah. You know it's a tip I used to stay awake? The rumble strips.
I used to I remember sometimes on long drives, I would be pulling the seat back and just getting comfy, and then you realize you're just getting ready for bed while you drive.
Yeah.
Maybe I should pull over.
You're like, I might as well put this stocking cap on.
I guess I might as well put on my CPAP.
Yeah.
It's always funny, you play that game, you're like, I'll just fall asleep for a second.
Yeah. I always like that you wake up you suddenly wake up and you're like, whoa, 20 miles have passed. Hell yeah.
I'm great at this.
Hell yeah.
I can do this shit in my sleep.
It's like being in a plane when they're like, we're gonna make up time. It's like, you telling me I was able to sleep and drive? Hell yeah, I'm the most efficient man on earth.
And right next to me, I own a diner now.
And also, I saw a movie. I saw a movie in this very car.
I got a portable DVD player. My car was on Pimp My Ride.
We're putting a diving board in the back of your car, guy.
and your steering wheel's gonna be a diner seat now.
Your steering wheel's an onion ring.
Don't you eat it.
And your whole passenger seat is ketchup.
It's a deep fryer.
It's donkey sauce. Don't open that door.
It'll all fall out.
No. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He's a good man.
No, I'm gonna get some water.
I wonder if he's I'll get you. I'm gonna make myself another cup of coffee.
I'm gonna make myself some water.
I'm gonna make. I thought only God made water. Oh, I'm a little sneezy, man. I forgot to change my pillowcase. I'm allergic to the pillow.
Recording this in bed.
No, it's weird because I'm allergic to cats, but if I just change the pillowcases, I'm fine.
Oh, that makes sense. You're allergic to cats.
Yeah.
And obviously cats live in this house.
In the walls, and pretty much everywhere.
Well, no, when you have a dog named Methuselah, you probably got a cat or two.
There's somebody else knocking around.
Yeah.
There's a lizard in here somewhere, probably.
What is the cat's name?
Magnus.
Magnus.
Which is like a fucking Greek thing or something. I don't know.
I think it's Irish. Well,
some
Celtic?
sort of. We were watching these German shows, and there were a lot of Magnuses in that. I think it's like some.
We're watching these Lenny Riefenstahl.
When I type in Magnus, the first one that comes up is a Norwegian chess grandmaster. Oh, he's the current world chess
Magnus
champion.
Carlsen, dude, everybody knows him.
I mean, not everybody.
Magnus Carlsen, everyone cool.
His positional mastery and endgame prowess.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magnus, you get it.
Dude.
Checkmate, baby.
That girl I know who's going to space, man.
Your friend's not going to
My
space.
friend is going to space, man. So you're saying she's not going to space, but you bet Magnus Carlsen?
I think one's more believable than the other.
All right, she didn't meet Magnus Carlsen.
I wanted to sound cool.
I was trying to build it for a rep for the aliens. And she will meet in space. I like how the most believable part to you is that I have a friend. You're like, obviously Dan is a friend.
I mean,
Not going to space.
I'm sure when you say friend, it's someone you met in a town that doesn't exist anymore once.
Yeah, she's French. Have you ever met her? We're friends online. I found a young girl who likes science, and I'm her friend. In hopes that when she goes to space,
She'll take me with
it
her.
will pay off. I guess what you could say is that I'm growing a friendship seed.
Growing a friendship seed in a young lady.
Young lady hopes that upon age it will lead to something out of this world. No, she's going to space. I studied space.
I know space stuff.
It's inspiring.
That she thinks she's going to space.
Yeah, to see young people with focus.
That amount of delusion is inspiring to anybody.
I follow the same way I follow people 6 months into comedy.
Just get it out of the basket. What's wrong with you?
Dude, this dog is straight. I don't know, man. Some people are like, we're all equals on this earth. But this dog can't figure out how to get this damn chew toy.
Clearly, it's right on top of the basket. Now he's just eating the basket. Like, I guess I'll eat everything in the basket except for the chew toy.
Yeah.
And then I'll have the toy. That's all I got.
The ocean only go one way.
That's not how tides work.
Well, in my mind, do waves always go like, because they break?
Yeah.
Because one part is the curl.
Yeah.
Surfing is fun to not understand, because then it's like, if you think about like,
It's just magic.
they're just trying to get away from that part of the wave that's falling. Hurry up or the wave will fall on you. Like, it's fun if you don't realize that was propelling them.
The wave?
Yeah, the wave.
Yeah. You're saying that surfing is fun to think about if you don't understand what water is?
Yeah. Because it looks like someone's just basically trying to like outrun the wind.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh no, the wind's kicking up this big thing. And I'm going to get as close to it as I can. But I'm going to try to get away from it. I don't want to get wet.
We'll play a little game of keep away with God.
It's like, how close can I get to water without getting wet?
Play keep away with Oblivion.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to swim.
Did you make a horror movie where like in the inside of like they're surfing and then they look back into the wave, into that little like circle part?
Yeah.
Where it collapses in on itself?
The bluff.
And there's like a demon coming. He's getting them. He's gonna get them. And he keeps eating all the surfers. And then NASA needs to be like, we need to build the largest board.
We gotta build we're gonna need a bigger board. This one's gotta beat Satan in a surf off.
Yeah.
And who else do we call but the Beach Boys?
Get around, get around. I get around.
The devil.
Don't get around, fellas. We need you to be pure for this one.
No, we're all gonna fuck a lot.
Yeah. Christian surf culture is great.
Quit putting it in things where you can't get it.
Oh my god. Dog put its rubber bone in my bag.
Well, We'll just read their Wikipedia page.
ABC News. Yeah, when did they suppose their big break?
Let's do a quick deep dive on GMA.
Is that how news people and journalists talk about their careers, their big break?
Oh, it's only been around since 93. It's only a few months older than me.
Hey.
I'm fucking better than Good Morning America.
What do,
I've been saying Good Morning America longer than they have, probably.
What do surfers have? You just wake up as a kid and say, Good Morning America?
Yes. Well, you gotta announce yourself.
Good Morning America.
I was a radio DJ as a child.
TV programmers outside your house. Hey, that's got a ring.
That's got a good ring to it, man.
Hey, what do surfers and journalists have in common?
Big breaks.
They're always, yeah. I was gonna put in more of a narrative, like make it have more contextual sense. But sure, if you just want the raw data.
You're just looking for the data. Just autistically.
Big break.
Big break. Big break. Big break.
This joke is about laundry.
Good Morning America lasts almost all day long.
Well, the problem with America is people wake up at all hours.
You got third shift.
And then also you're dealing with 4 to 10. I can't remember how many times.
There's 10.
10 time zones.
It's 4 or 10. I think it's 10. Yeah.
It's 10. Because you got Newfoundland.
Aren't they all drunk all the time or something?
In Newfoundland?
Good Morning America.
Yes. Hey, what does Newfoundland
have in common with Good Morning America?
I'm winning the comedy show. I'm guessing the most punchline. You know what? You ever watch WatchMojo.com?
I've been big on Fandango.com lately.
They're can't damn with. Best Australian epic tweets. No, I was watching the other day, and there's about scary movies, and then they're like,
"Don't watch this one; it's too scary."
They're like, "Hey, number one." But before we get to number one, remember to like, share, and subscribe. But when they said that part, the thing that they showed for the example of other listicles was a thing about South Park.
Yeah.
So it looked like they were like, "Hey, number one, scariest movie twist of all time.
South Park. Saddam Hussein fucks the devil.
The winner is South Park."
As it is in all lists.
Do you think when those come out, the people like who are in the movie watch it and they're like, "We won."
They call their mom.
We won. We won what culture horror countdown of the 12 villages you rooted for. We did it. You guys said no one would remember the movie Terrifier, but they did.
They sure did.
People whose job it is to catalog horror.
Sure they named 4 more movies after that.
Yeah.
They kept remembering movies, but what? Are lists in order now or something?
Yeah. Got a countdown, and in the background you hear our countdown. Winner is South Park.
Who should host Good Morning America?
South Park.
You and me.
I would love it.
You, me, and Geraldo Rivera.
No.
That's just the first name I saw.
Al Capone's.
Did you hear about Al Capone's vault?
We should find a guy named Al Capone and have him fund a pole vaulting competition, and then have Geraldo Rivera
Host
a week-long
countdown to Al Capone's vault. Here's Al Capone training. Everyone's like, I feel like this was the punchline after the week.
This is going on for a week? You're doing 5 one-hour specials? This is really meta.
I think I'm going to get back into TV.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to get cable.
Do you have a tube?
There's a TV in this apartment. I'm not going to tell you where.
You could have answered in the cool way I asked it.
Oh, they have breaking news anchor Amy Robach.
Where's Sears? What happened to John Sears? Breaking news anchor. Breaking bad news.
Breaking.
This Better Call Saul is still on the air.
AMC's got a morning show called Breaking Bad News.
I'm surprised they don't. I'm surprised they have like the
post show. Yeah. They called theirs Breaking Good or something.
Bad fans. What are the AMC shows?
Rubicon Context. Halt and catch the news.
Halt and catch around the campfire. We're doing it. We have the Nick Pupos. What's in the Nick Pupos toilet?
More shit.
The halt and catch fire campfire. And I just got word that Chris Hardwick has burned the studio.
Everything we know about Thor.
Your dog looks like he's trying to plug that bone into the
he's like, you seem to like this toy. What if we combine them?
Then you do plug it in, and all of a sudden we get like a bunch of info about squirrels.
It's just a bunch of pictures of fire hydrants.
Yeah, like, whoa. That's what local animals have been eating? Based on smell?
There's new Black Manta images.
Who's that?
He's a super villain.
What?
Hero.
The government needs to stop him.
Get ready for Oscar Isaac and a guitar.
Get ready.
Get ready. I know he was in a movie where he played guitar like almost a decade ago now.
Dude, get ready.
That was his big break.
Well, that was the problem, is people weren't ready back then.
People just weren't ready.
They weren't ready.
Get ready. He's playing a song for a sandworm in Dune.
Really?
No, I'm just guessing.
Oh.
Oscar Isaac is everywhere these days.
You are on the news.
Well, there's a Dune ad at the top.
Dune.
And a thing about him for a guitar.
Oh, he's selling guitars?
No, it's not an ad. That's a news story. Get ready for Oscar Isaac and a guitar.
He's coming to your house, whether you like it or not.
A countdown just started on my computer.
Very weird horror film. This Halloween, Oscar Isaac.
John Oliver actually got a car dealership to make his commercial. So he just like paid somebody to do something? John Oliver actually got a restaurant to make him a burger.
You think they ever made commemorative plate, like Play-Doh?
Play-Doh plates? Or wait, do we say in Play-Doh or Play-Doh?
Play-Doh. Socrate.
Socrate. Socrate dormire.
Then you got Diogenes, you know what I mean? Fucking just shitting in a bowl in public.
Murdering people.
Murder people. Diogenes was cool.
Didn't he do everything bad? No, wasn't that his whole thing?
He's like a troll.
I'm a bad boy.
No, he's an absurdist troll. I'm a bad boy.
Isn't that his whole thing?
Some Greek guy in fucking white robes. That he got a leather jacket.
I'm a bad boy.
I'm the bad boy.
I'm the bad boy of the big three.
Hey man, but what Plato's not telling you is that if you're in the cave, you don't got to deal with the rain, daddy. Smoking a cigarette.
Just chugging wine.
Fucking, I make my triangles how I want, Jack.
Pulling out a little wine flask and winking at somebody. Don't say nothing.
I think it's kind of fucked up that we're all having sex with underage boys.
This guy's a bad boy.
This guy's a badass. He's going against all the conventions. He's breaking all the rules.
You got some, let's see here. We got,
If I don't know that astronaut, how'd I get this lighter?
Maybe you went to Mars.
It's a lighter that says Mars on it.
Mission to Mars.
Yep.
But they're just shaking hands. That's not a rocket.
Well, they're planning it. They gave this lighter to all the astronauts
who want to go.
Want to go to Mars. No, not want to go. Are going to space. I think Mars specifically. How much would that suck if you're like, I'm gonna go to space in my lifetime? We're gonna go to Mars, probably.
And then you just get to go to the fucking moon.
Yeah, eventually we're actually going to one of Saturn's moons. Like,
well,
yeah, there's water and like it's way more interesting. And you're like, yeah, man, but Mars.
I want to meet Martians.
And then NASA's like, Mars is dead now, dude.
Get over it.
It's dead. Like, if you just want to go there for like the pics and the clout. The clout. I'm not worried about the clout. I'm worried about the clouds.
The clouds.
Hydrogen over the thing.
Jerry Seinfeld should be the first comedian to do stand-up on the moon.
That would be great if they're... Yeah, because if you think about it, they're going to send all those rich people to space.
Yeah.
So they'll want, like, entertainment.
I would love for Jerry Seinfeld to have to sell all of his cars so he can go to... He's like, I'm done with cars. I'm going to space.
Rover. I'm buying a Rover.
I'm over cars. I'm in a spaceship and a rover. I'm going minimalist.
I'm buying that little car they used on the moon.
And I'm wrecking it.
I'm fucking doing donuts on the moon.
We did a comedian in cars and I picked Doug Stanhope. He got drunk and wrecked it.
Yeah, it's true. You should do a comedians in cars with Joe Rogan.
Comedians driving drunk.
No, but you and Joe Rogan will probably have so much money that they could be like, look at my space shuttle.
Let's go to the moon. What's space coffee like?
Nah, man, but they, because you're going to have people going into space, and then they'll want entertainment.
Yeah.
And even people who are like going to space will want new entertainment. So they'll probably be like, Jerry Seinfeld, you got $1 bajillion.
Go to the moon.
Come into the space. He's like, of course. And then he's up there, and then the whole time they keep like,
of course. One of the most selfish people in show business.
No, he's not doing it for that. He's going to moon for he's going to space for selfish
He's
reasons.
going for the challenge.
No, he's going to space to get away from Earth, which is dying.
Oh, okay.
This is the art.
It's a colony.
Yes,
not
this
just
is the concept of rich people escaping Earth.
Escaping for the moon.
But they got Seinfeld up there. And they're like, this is perfect. He'll do bits he'll write new material about being in space and shit. And then he's up there the whole time still just being like, Post-it notes? Why don't you just do it?
I'd love for him to go up there.
Email, and then they're like, write a bit about how we can't look out the windows because it burns our eyes.
I wish he would go up there and he would just be like, terraforming the moon. Why did we just terraform the Earth? And they're all like, oh shit. Fuck. Why did we fucking think of that?
Truly, the geniuses.
God damn it, we got so stuck on moon. We didn't even think of it. Why didn't you just make the whole Earth out of terraform? Shit. Fuck. God damn it. Such a good idea.
No, but it'll be lazy, and they'll all be mad at him. The moon colony people will resent Seinfeld for not
having said something sooner.
For not having the fire and passion in him
to become an astronaut, like your French friend.
To be doing new bits up there.
Oh, okay.
They'll be like, do something about the fucking crater.
Why don't we make the spaceship out of space?
They're like, what?
Jerry.
Like, well, there are no mics up here. I just have to do my theater show. Like, I know where to try out new bits.
Why don't we make the rover out of the moon?
Red Rover.
Don't you come on over. Go continue on your scientific mission.
Go back to looking at rocks.
It would suck to go to the moon for a gig and bomb.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine how much it sucks just driving to Cincinnati. Imagine a whole space flight home in your own head.
That'd be great. Well, I would try to do other stuff while I was up there. I wouldn't just do one show.
Nah, you don't have. It doesn't have lodging, and you're broke. Can I sleep in the Rover? Can I sleep in your Rover or something?
You say the suit is 6 hours of oxygen, but what if I'm asleep?
I feel like I breathe less.
Can I get to 10?
I need some shut-eye.
Let's be honest. I've been drinking. I'm going to do 10.
I'm drunk.
I want to rest.
I did not count on the gravity being like this.
I had my one important show of the tour. I mean, other than last night. You awkwardly smile at the guy.
Yeah, you should go on. Like, you should get on Facebook and be like, "I'm looking to do a show on the moon. If anyone has any shows along the way."
Only English-speaking shows. Yeah, English-speaking shows.
Sure.
Because sometimes they'll book you and then you get over there and you find out.
I'm going to space. Does anyone book anything in Cape Canaveral so I could do something before the launch?
Yeah, I'm trying to get, yeah. No, that's what I would do. I'd probably do like something in Alabama, and then probably Pensacola.
Yeah.
Then Cape Canaveral.
And then the moon.
And then,
I mean, listen, you're going to have a hard time planning the return leg of that one.
Trying to hit the asteroid belt. I'll be doing a show somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean.
For mission control.
We're doing a show as we descend back into Earth's atmosphere. It will be hot, hot, hot.
Houston, we have a problem. I'm bombing.
Houston, we have a fucking comedy show.
Houston, we have a problem for everyone in this lunar rover who's not ready for a comedy show.
Houston, we have improv.
Improv. All right, I think. Did you guys shut my oxygen off?
Houston, we have improv. The worst name.
Houston,
Houston would never have a good troupe of that goofy. Like they would just,
Houston, we have an improv.
Houston, we have improv. It's a bunch of non-binary, like gender non-binary people. So it's Houston, we have improv them.
Improv them.
Yeah, Houston, we have improv them.
They ungender an ungendered term.
Houston, we have improv them.
Zurston, we have a...
That would be cool to go to space for comedy.
I think Dave Chappelle should go to space.
He probably will.
And never come back.
There's no trans people up here. That's a terrible name.
Doesn't even sound like anyone. He did an impression of no one who's ever lived.
Yeah. It's like how they say you can't imagine people in dreams you haven't seen.
You think that's true?
I don't. That's one of those things where it's like, how the fuck do you know that?
Yeah, how could you possibly?
How the fuck?
How could you? What science did you do to arrive at this fucking conclusion?
Yeah. That's like it's either proof that like science knows way more than they're not telling us.
I think science just makes stuff up, and they're like, no one's really paying that much attention.
Well, they have that spiders thing where they're like, yeah, we just made that up to see if that would travel.
Spiders?
The thing about how you eat spiders in your sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they just made that up.
Yeah.
But then, I don't trust it.
Because how would that...
I actively eat spiders.
I eat spiders.
I actively I do think it was an average, so maybe just like 3 guys who are like, oh, I sleep in a spider tank, and when I wake up...
I eat a big bowl of spiders when I wake up.
When I wake up, I'm just saying I'm shitting legs for days.
Everyone they study just recreationally ate spiders, so they're studying their fecal samples, and they're like, I don't know why we didn't ask them if they eat spider soup every day.
That was the problem. That's when they do, like, hey, they're doing a medical survey for people who smoke weed.
Yeah.
And then
they just arrest you.
Yeah. And all the potheads show up. And it sways the survey. And then likewise, you just got, you're like, we're doing an eating spiders in your sleep survey.
Do spiders help you sleep?
Just a bunch of guys are like, free spiders. Hell yeah, free eating spiders.
Not them danger spiders.
Maybe the silk.
I saw a guy who built a real web shooter on Facebook.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was in this cartoon called Spider-Man. No.
Oh, God
no.
damn it, you tricked me again.
No, it was your Spider-Man.
You tricked me with that guy who was a Wolverine.
Oh.
There's that thing where Hugh Jackman thought that he didn't know Wolverines were a thing, so he thought they were like wolves.
Yeah.
But it's like, everyone knows that part where he studied wolves.
Yeah.
But did he think it was like a wolf marine? That was he thought Stan Lee was just like, it'll be a wolf. You know,
it'd be a Wolverine. Wolverine.
And then we've got a dog V. The Navy squirrel. Like as Navy SEALs can say.
Yeah. I was playing a Navy SEAL, so I was spending all that time around buoys.
I guess maybe he started with a Navy SEAL and worked his way back. He got Navy SEALs, and then what's next? The fucking Wolf Marine?
Hey!
Wolf Marine. Wolf Marine.
Hey, what's after that? Coast?
It was an Inagata DeVita type situation where he was just drunk and he was like, Wolf Marine. And then the next day people were like, yeah, you kept saying Wolf Marine.
Coast Guard. That's my mom when I try and put my drink down on a table.
The salute.
Don't worry, your laminate is safe around me.
Yeah. The Coast Guard, what is that? Some kind of piece that would be on a bike, maybe? Or something. Like a piece that would...
The guy who just doesn't understand riffing. He's like, what would that be? Like a microscope? What would that be? Like something you scope out micros? You're scoping out micros.
I guess like a little bit of mouthwash. Like a tiny bit of mouthwash.
Teeny tiny little bit of mouthwash.
Wait, no, mouthwash for when you're on the mic. Hold on, I got it, folks.
Mike.
Yeah, can you bring me back out? MC, bring me the fuck back out. All right, everybody, microscope. What is that? Fuck.
I forgot it.
What is that? Listerine you use before you go on stage? And then the audience is like, why would it be Listerine if it's scope?
God. Listen, you ever done that? You ever just been like, listen, can we start over?
Oh, yeah. I do that a lot.
I'd love to get a hot beef dipped, and then I taste it, I'm like, it's minty. And they're like, Skull!
That's how the Chicago Italian beef thing and the Chicago Chicago style dog.
Hot dog, Chicago.
And the deep dish pizza. It's all just sex terms. And then, like, tourists came in the old days. They'd be like, I'm looking to get that famous Chicago deep dish.
And then they just gave him a big fucking piece of pizza.
Then some old bag is like slop up on it. and then the couple who asked for it's like, no, we're looking for the deep dish. And then the lady was like, sell them a pizza or something.
I don't know, you got any pizza around?
Somebody sell some of that Easter Italian pie. That's what I've been told the deep dish pizza is.
There's an Easter Italian pie?
It's an Italian dish that they eat around Easter, and it is not considered a pizza.
Well, many people don't consider it a pizza.
Exactly, yeah. So that's why it's like such a different thing. No, and then you got...
It's not that different. Everybody's like, it's completely different. I'm like, I don't know.
No, I know.
Dough, sauce, and cheese.
I like a deep dish pizza.
Yeah, it's good.
It annoys me because you go to Chicago and people are like, that's not even pizza. And I'm like...
I don't care.
Oh, exactly. It's like, well, call it whatever the fuck you want. But I would like it.
People are like, is a hot dog a sandwich or not? I'm like, hot dogs are good.
No, but you just do that same joke that I did with the beef.
Yeah.
But with hot dog.
Where you insult their heritage and their people.
Yeah, Italian, you know, I'm looking for an Italian-style wiener. I'm looking for a Chicago. Originally, it just was a Chicago cock.
Dude.
No, but eventually, you know what I mean?
Leave me alone.
Food outweighs it. Eventually, they're like, hey, this beef thin cut dipped in au jus is actually better than that lady's big sloppy.
Better than her pussy.
Big sloppy fucking junk. And same thing with those two guys' penises.
Why does that lady just go where the food is?
Go where the food is. He's boring, man.
No, his tone is all off.
I don't much like his tone.
I just mean, like, I don't know.
Okay, DJ Mom.
Like, imagine if Dave Chappelle walked up to you and just started talking to you the way he talks. He's so insufferable.
That would be terrible.
Just like, all right, man, we get it. You've read a book, but while you were away for 10 years, you read one book.
Well, he gets to feel like he's the smartest person in Yellow Springs, Ohio.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while, to keep himself humble and connected to the world, he brings in worldly people like Donnell Rawlings. And then he's like, okay, I guess Yellow Springs is as smart as everywhere else.
I'm a genius.
Yeah.
I mean, my best friend is Donnell Rawlings.
Yeah.
And he thinks I'm a genius. So.
Yeah. Hey, is this Kenny Rogers? Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Kenny. I have this album. This is a good album.
If your fingernail's long enough and you got a good sense of time, you might be able to play it.
You hold it above your head and spin around in a circle. I'll put my t-shirt.
I'll use my coke nail to.
I'll get an earring out and I'll hold it down. That's why in the 70s everyone grew up big long nails. It wasn't because they were doing cocaine. It's because the vinyl was still in vogue.
Yeah, and every once in a while your needle breaks.
Yeah,
and you want to listen to, and you want to.
So high on cocaine that you're just fidgeting, holding the Kool in the gang. Right. God damn it! I'll use my fucking nail.
I'll just use my nail.
I gotta hear what Donna Summer thinks. Hot what, Donna? Hot what? Oh, stuff.
Stuff. All right.
You know that song about?
I don't know. The sun?
Looking for some hot stuff.
Is she just looking for dick?
No, I think she's looking for, well, originally when they wrote the song in the
in the early 1900s.
she was looking for, it was about a song of someone looking for dick. But then by the 70s, it actually was a song about a person looking for an Italian-style t-shirt. Looking for hot stuff, baby, and cheese, yeah.
Dip it. Dipping in a hot stuff au jus.
I'm gonna use a fork, yeah, even though it's pizza tonight. That'd be great if we just get an email by someone who's like, we want to buy that for our pizza place.
The big smelly pussy Chicago pizza.
We get a 3-way email. Us with Donna Summer.
We want to collab.
Gang, we're going to need to buy the rights for all 3. So we can only get 1.
We want to collab on a pizza.
I would love that.
Well, Colin Powell is dead.
Did he? Wait, is that real?
Yeah.
When did he die?
Today. You didn't hear?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
COVID complications.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. And he was the fucking
The complication is that he kept injecting himself with the vaccine. He wouldn't stop.
He was the head of defense, wasn't he?
I don't think he was anymore.
No, but at one point...
I think he's...
No, but he's supposed to be the head of defense, and he got taken down by COVID from the inside.
Yeah. He was wounded in Vietnam and in a fucking hospital by these quack doctors trying to say this COVID thing.
No, I think that... here's what I think happened. Think about it. If you're China
You got to get Colin Powell as top of your list?
Not the top of your list. But, Eric, if you wipe out the Secretary of Defense, which I assume he was at one point, this is all based on that assumption. Because I think, because Connolly's registered Secretary of State, right? He was Secretary of Defense. Homeland Security also must have been in the mix, so maybe I'm wrong.
He says he's not a Republican anymore.
Yeah. No, so my theory...
Because he's dead now. I don't know why he's speaking from beyond the grave.
I won't be voting in the next election. A tear comes to his eye. No, man, you got to wipe out all of the defense. Because America, we love, like, bringing in an old, grizzled veteran guy.
Yeah.
So if you wipe out some young guy, they're just going to be like, let's bring in Colin Powell.
Let's get rid of it.
He's the one who won the Iraq War in a year.
Months.
He won the Iraq War and the Afghanistan War.
Quickly
and efficiently.
He's going to take down China like that.
He's going to... That's who you think did it? I guess that's what I said.
I'm following your lead on that one. He could drive his Corvette Stingray like nobody's business. Come on, Joe Biden. What is wrong with you?
Joe Biden, right?
Above all, Colin was my friend, easy to share a laugh with, a trusted confidant, and he could drive his Corvette Stingray like nobody's business. Something I learned firsthand on the racetrack when I was vice president. I think I'm reading The Onion.
So Joe Biden, so at one point when Obama was president,
he was racing Colin Powell.
He was like, hey, let's hang out with the other black guy in politics.
I'm trying to make more black friends so I can get with you on the culture. What do you guys like doing? Racing Corvettes?
Dude, imagine Biden, Barack Obama, and Colin Powell. Biden must have felt really cool.
And a Stingray?
Biden's like, dude.
That is insane.
Biden's like, Biden's driving, and he's like, what do you guys want to listen to? He just turns on the hip hop station. No, I like this. Is what you guys like?
This was just what I had in the stereo of this rented Corvette Stingray.
This is what I just had.
I know I couldn't find where to plug the keys in earlier.
This is just what I already had on the radio in Colin Powell's Stingray.
I got in here and messed with it before Colin got in.
Yeah, I have to drive because he's wasted on all that Colt 45 I insisted he drink.
I insisted that we split a 40 before the big race.
I'm going to run for president in 10 years and I need the black vote. And then 10 years later, they're just like, good God, we can't use any of this. Times have really changed.
Taking pictures with gold chains and backward hats with every black guy he meets.
I thought it would work. You told me race was going to be really important in the future.
Who knew this racism thing was going to be such a big deal?
Yeah.
I figured there'd only be black presidents after Barack.
I know. Like I was going to be like the Eminem of presidents in the new era.
I'm the one and only.
No, you got Mac Miller.
He's dead.
You got
Lil Peep, dead.
Oh my God.
Machine Gun Kelly, dead to the rap world.
Wow. I don't really know that whole story.
It's conspiracy. Keep the white man out of hip hop.
Do you think so?
No.
Do you think Travis Barker is a CIA plant?
Sure.
Who goes up to young white rappers and he's like, hey, what if you played the intro to Damn It on guitar?
I would love for Obama to read this article and be like, God damn it, Joe Biden confused me with a different black guy again. I so wasn't there. I don't know who it was. It wasn't me. I don't even know if it was Colin. It could have been anybody.
That'd be very fun to find out that this is a thing that did not happen. I mean, it's possible. I mean, it's not possible because he has like so many people who do vet everything or whatever. And they also would just delete the story if it got found out to be a lie. They just had someone if they found out that like, oh, it wasn't a Stingray, it was some other type of Corvette.
Yeah,
they would have.
They would just. We would all forget. We would all forget the Corvettes even existed by tomorrow.
they would,
Bowling Green would be blown off the map.
Oh my god. Bless you.
All right, let's figure out a way to wrap this up.
Blowing Green, Kentucky is a place where you can. The Hulk goes
golf.
To get laid.
You want to blow some green?
Place where the Incredible Hulk goes to have a little fun.
How about we blow 18 greens?
I don't know what that part means.
No, golfing.
Oh, okay. So I did my Martin Short impression.
We can read a ranking of the largest college football stadiums.
You know about books and stuff. Do people ever, like, when they're translated, because people, you know, they're like, oh, this book is translated into, like, 30 languages.
Yeah.
Is that ever just, like, a DIY endeavor?
Oh, yeah, totally. They suck. Yeah.
No, where it's like some guy's like, my book's been in 30 languages. It's like, yeah, but you did those.
Oh, that extent of DIY.
Yeah, it's not like there was demand for it.
This guy's just very multilingual.
Yeah.
And really wants to get his fan fiction out there.
The way comics are like, oh, I've headlined in 30 states. It's
This guy's like,
no one went to half those shows.
Well, I self-published in every language.
Yeah.
Granted, it's indecipherable in most of them. Google Translate's very unreliable.
My book has been translated into Eritrean. We sold one copy to my aunt's friend who lives in Eritrea.
It's been translated in over a dozen languages, and he puts the last one just in wingdings. He's like, 13 is over a dozen. It's got a better ring to it than a dozen. Over a dozen could mean anything.
We've sold copies in 100 countries to all of my friends when they're on vacation. I have them order a copy in the mail, and I pay for it.
I pay for it, but it counts as a sale.
It's a sale.
Doesn't matter that this is technically money laundering.
The government of Iran is very suspicious of me. But ultimately, they stamped my file with a word that roughly translates to depressing.
That did happen to Terry Pratchett one time, where like they translated his thing into German, but it was like some like a cheap, shitty paperback.
Who's Terry Pratchett?
He's like a fantasy
from Desperate Housewives.
Yeah, Miss Pratchett or whatever. I don't know. And. Someone,
I really don't know who Terry Pratchett. I mean, I know they're.
He's like a fantasy writer,
okay.
But he's like fun. He's like funny, you know. He wrote way too many fucking books. You probably know him from his struggles with dementia and his activism for euthanasia at the end of his life.
Like anecdotes. Oh, that is what you mean.
Yeah.
You just mean I probably know him from anecdotes.
Oh no. In his last couple of years, he was a big advocate for like, I really want to die. Let me kill myself ethically and legally. Because I think he wanted to do it in a way where it was like painless.
Yeah,
you know?
And the political.
I think he ended up doing it. I think he went to Sweden or somewhere.
What is his book, The Sandman?
No, he wrote The Sandman. It's ridiculous. He wrote Discworld.
He wrote Xandu, the Conqueror.
I think that's what it's called. I've never read him before. I think he did write a book with Neil Gaiman, though, if that's where you're getting Sandman from.
I heard he did more than just write a book with some gay man. Discworld, more like Fist World. Turn that disc into a dang wristwatch.
It's Discworld is it's a fantasy. It's a fantasy.
It's a fantasy.
It's a comic fantasy book series set on the Discworld, a flat planet balanced on the backs of 4 elephants, which in turn stand on the back of a giant turtle.
So that's probably a movie. It sounds easy to film.
Low budget indie film. Yeah,
there's probably a lot of like film versions of that.
They published it into German, and then he started getting all these letters like, "Hey, did you write a soup ad in the middle of this book?" And the German publisher just did that to like make money. In a bunch of books, they would just be like, I read the excerpt and it's great because it's like in the middle of the book, and they're like, and after such a long journey, I bet they're hungry for some Campbell's soup. So they all sat around the fire and heated up some delicious soup.
Oh my god.
Which, like, I respect the balls of that journey.
Awesome.
That is so great. Like, they're just like, he's never gonna find out. It's like the 70s or something. They're like
writing some lady's name in that you're trying to impress.
Yeah, you dedicate the book to her.
Yeah. Also, people named Dan generally are a good lover.
Also, everyone named Dan's got a giant dick in the real world and the disc world.
Both the disc world and you're on Mylar 7, as we would call Earth.
He's like backspacing. Now I sound like a nerd again. I'm never gonna get laid.
Campbell's is gonna rescind.
They're gonna rescind their sponsorship.
That is also funny. It's like, how did he get that deal with Campbell?
Well, it wasn't Campbell's.
Well, I know, but like, you're just at like some restaurant. You're like, hey, this is great soup.
This is good soup.
You know. Let me tell you what I do, man.
That'd be great.
Are you familiar with
Discworld? How about I don't pay for this meal? I write you guys up in my next novel. It'll be coming out in a year and a half.
It'll be under my pen name, Terry Pratchett.
Yeah, it's a great scam. You just go around getting free meals. His fucking translate into German is just the Michelin Guide.
Terry Pratchett, he gets like a German copy of Discworld. And he's like, oh, this is cool. I don't even speak German. He's leafing through it. And then in the middle, there's like coupon-esque like cut out parts. He's like, what the fuck?
3 out of 5, 3 out of 3 stars. Terry approved. What the fuck?
It's all in German. There's like a cartoon drawing of it giving a thumbs up.
Some weird cockeyed thumbs up.
He's holding a big bowl of soup.
But all the M's have umlauts over them.
He's like, what is it? He goes and finds his German friend. His German friend's like, oh my god, you wrote Cylinder World?
Wait, what?
It's supposed to be Discworld. He looks at the cover. It's the cover art of Discworld, but they stretched it long, and they put a soup label on it.
These translators are like, listen, the word for disc and cylinder are very close. I know you did this for the soup can ad. I know it.
Soup can. No, that's the aliens' language. There aren't even any aliens on Discworld.
Discworld's Earth. It's just a disc.
I'm trying to start up a flat Earth thing.
I'm trying to get flat Earth going before I die.
Before I fucking kill him. Why don't I just kill myself?
Why don't I just kill myself then? Well, I'm here in Germany.
That's why he did it. After he got busted, that the publisher just...
After he got busted.
Sorry, the lady who put in the soup world.
Oh, I thought you meant after he got busted for killing himself. I was like...
Terry Pratchett, they were like, God damn it, he caught our bluff.
He killed himself.
So then they just made his life, you know what I mean? Psychologically, they tried.
Psychologically, they ruined him.
Yeah, they ruined him.
They paid everybody off to be like, you're forgetting things.
Yeah. Yeah, they fucking... You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Mind crime. I hate mind crime.
That's the worst kind of crime.
Mind crime.
I think the biggest crime is the invisible crime. The mind crimes.
You know, the mind crime is like, it ignores like one of the biggest errors of crime, which is crimes where it's like, hey, I know I was just asked for a cup of water. You guys have the soda I've always been meaning to drink. Do you mind if I just have like
just a little sip?
And then they're like, no, of course.
And then you fill it up.
That's a. Oh, I was.
That's not mind crime anymore.
That's a crime.
That's crime.
Mind crime is like a take a penny.
Take a penny.
Leave a penny.
Yeah, but you just take.
Or like, hey, I'm dropping off my elderly grandma for a doctor's appointment. I'm gonna pull into the no parking area.
But just to drop her off.
Just while she gets
Just
out,
to push her out of the car.
I'll be here the whole time, and I'll have the hazards on.
Yeah.
And then that's a mind crime.
That's a mind crime.
Because they're like, I don't mind.
We don't mind.
No. This is no mind.
More of a don't mind crime.
Don't mind. And then the other side, it's like, we're going to gang stalk this person until they...
That's a mind crime. Mind crime.
Mind crime.
Mind crime.
I do mind.
You think, listen, we're going to solve this worker shortage.
Yeah.
We're going to stop all these people who do nothing.
No, somebody pointed out that, like, so somebody pointed out, one person on Twitter noticed.
I was about to say, this sounds like a tweet.
One person on Twitter noticed, and then somebody screenshotted that, and then I saw it on Instagram. But, all the worker shortage, all these people died.
Yeah.
So that's probably some of the worker shortage.
Yeah.
Which then it's like, do you think after other, like after 9/11, where people in the finance industry in New York just like, man, there is a massive worker shortage.
Hard to buy stocks.
It's really hard to find.
Can't get anyone to work the ticker.
Yeah. Where no one wants to work. Albania is having a really big worker shortage. We're having great difficulty.
Yeah, in Germany, those trains probably didn't run on time for a while after Hitler left. They had nobody.
Yeah, that's true. After Hitler got out of office, there were probably people who out of office.
after he lost election and was retired quietly.
His impeachment and polite recall.
After he was punished under the full extent of the law.
Yeah, there was probably people who were probably vaguely like, man, everything does suck now. They're like, all these people are like poor and miserable. There's like way more orphans now.
Yeah.
Everything's bombed out.
Yeah.
This is kind of that Hitler guy was warning us
This
about.
Hitler guy, he was right. Everything sucks now.
It does suck now.
Guys.
They should have done the opposite. If I was like the world, if I was like the UN or whatever the fuck, Council of Nations, whatever existed back then.
The League of Gentlemen or whatever.
The top hat tall boys. I would have been like, let's make Germany really nice for the people who are left for like 10 years.
Everybody gets a vacation.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's pretty much what they did.
Is it?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay, yeah, just give them a bunch of candy.
I know Germany was a pretty different place after the Holocaust.
Pretty wild. I would donate to that. Like if someone was like, we're running a charity where we give illegal immigrants and like
vaccines.
vaccines.
We give illegal immigrants those illegal vaccines that the government's trying to force on you, and you're like, God damn it, you had me.
You had me, and then you really had me. Because I agree, man. Moderna is never mind. We don't need to get into all that. But
which one you got?
I got Johnson. I did the one.
Me too. I got the J&J. Yeah.
I don't have time for that shit.
I ain't got time for that. Let's bring that back. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Time for that.
Let's auto-tune the podcast.
This economy.
The rent's too damn high.
I got real sick from it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I got
did.
Real cold, and then I was like shaking and shit.
Yeah.
And then I would get real hot, and I was very weak.
Huh.
Yeah, I couldn't like even bench like
my usual like 350.
Well, no, I haven't benched in years. For some reason, I was like, I'm gonna try bench, and I was like, I can probably do 300, and I couldn't even do it. So I couldn't even. Fuck.
I must vaccine. This vaccine. It's weakened me. I used to be able to bench 300 pounds.
I used to. I remember that.
Yeah, then I took the vaccine and I couldn't anymore.
I distinctly remember a dream I had when I benched 300 pounds. In high school, I was wearing our school uniform, which was a plaid Speedo.
I was on the Catholic swim team.
My teacher, Gene
I was on the Catholic swim team. My uniform was so sexy.
Yeah, it's a funny name. Gene Simmons.
Isn't he dead now or something?
Yeah, it's like, who else you got in the band? Cargo Freely? Fucking Denim Stanley?
Suede Michaels. Suede Michaels sounds like a guy because
we got Gene Simmons. Well, Suede's a band.
Suede is a band. You're right.
Suede's one of the sexiest bands around.
The Suede concert is rained out.
Oh, that's a good one. At first I was like, what? At first I thought, why can't sexy bands play in the rain? I was like, what does that have to do with it? Is it because everyone's wet that it's rained out?
They're too sexy.
They're too sexy.
Suede is like, guys, don't let your pussies get too wet. We're Suede.
Do you think they ever, because remember the whole thing with Elvis where they were like, people like, now we're too sexy, and so like, he's too sexy, we can't show the waist down. Or,
ugly guy, too.
Yeah. But do you think there was ever, like, they'd be in meetings, and then there'd be some other, like, there'd just be some...
Who was the first guy to bring that problem up? Is that what you're getting at here?
Sort of.
Were they all in the room afraid to say it, and then one guy was like, is he maybe...
He is really sexy.
He's really hot, right? Okay. Whew. I didn't want to be the one to say it.
No, but then after that, those guys, they're always in meetings, and they're like, yeah, we're just going to show...
They're trying to, like, get Little Richard, and they're like, oh, what, Jerry, you think he's too hot, too?
We're doing a story about a 19-year-old nursing student. These girls are too sexy.
This is way too sexy of a story.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Sorry, last time I brought it up, everyone appreciated it. We get a bunch of letters from the South thanking us.
You go home and you're like, I think I'm getting a promotion at work. What happened? Oh, this guy's way too hot, and I said something about it. You should see his hips move. He's way too hot. We can't have him on the label. I'm just glad I said something.
So sexy.
I'm just glad I said something, man. Otherwise, this company would have gone under.
Yeah.
We can't have somebody that fucking hot. Right? Right? He's showing her to his wife. She's like, that guy's ugly as shit. The guy looks like he has fetal alcohol syndrome.
That guy just looks like your buddy Tom. He looks exactly like your friend Tom.
And why do you think I don't hang out with Tom anymore? You said he tried to get you to sign him to Columbia. Yeah, and he's too sexy.
Too sexy.
He's too fucking hot.
No, what's happened is that Elvis thing happened right after a holiday party. And there's one guy in the office who was the sexy guy in the office.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's the 50s. I'm a great dancer. So he's just doing the, like, white man two-step.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, ooh, what a good dancer.
What a good dancer.
He snaps once a minute. he's jazzy.
Right on beat, like a clock. My favorite musical instrument.
And then that guy's in the office, and he's like, everybody calls me Dancing Dave, the hottest guy around. Then Elvis, they're showing the Elvis thing, and then he's like, no one look!
No one look!
Cut that part! I've got a big date with Nancy this weekend.
I got a date with Cyrillic.
Which is named after the Russian language.
No, what was Priscilla? That wasn't his. Was that his daughter or his
that
wife?
Was his lady.
Okay.
It was both.
Is it his daughter or his wife?
Your daughter, your wife. And then I socked him in the jaw. You ever have that? You ever work at a restaurant where that?
All the time.
And then it's You ever work at a place where old men and toots, prostitute, like workers come in?
No, not. Well, I mean,
I like how it went from toots to worker.
There's a restaurant in Tennessee called Toots.
Dude.
And it had a Hooters like theme where they were dressed all scampily.
Oh, yeah.
Scampily?
Shrimp.
Scantily.
Shrimp scantily.
They were covered in garlic. They were an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
They were dressed scampily.
It's like a dad and like a mom and 3 kids at the restaurant, and the dad like hates his job. He hates his life, and he's like, there's like an attractive waitress.
Yeah.
And he's like, she's got some cleavage showing. He's like, I'll have the shrimp scantily. His wife's like, Bob.
Fuck did you just say?
The fuck?
She's already pouring it on her tits.
Take it with your dick. The kids are. It's our son's 7th birthday.
I don't think he would have noticed anything if you hadn't said anything,
I
Susan.
don't think anyone would have noticed if you don't know how I do wordplay. You're just attuned to it. So you heard the way I paused.
People at work say I'm so funny, and you never laugh at my jokes.
You never laugh.
Or call me sexy dancing Dave.
You never call me. You think they cut the Elvis footage? Like they blocked it out?
Yeah.
I mean, in reality, they just zoomed at the camera.
Yeah.
But let's imagine they had current editing technique and they did it in post.
Yeah.
And then some guy in the office is just, they're like, okay, here's the new Elvis footage. We cut out the lower half. And this guy in the office is just like, can I have that lower half?
You got that lower half around still?
I'll take the... Here's a USB. Can I get the recycle bin?
I just want to make sure that no one else gets their hands on that footage.
I'm going to study it like black magic, the way a priest would. Like at the Vatican Library, locked up all the grimoires. I like how this above this closet kind of looks like the Pizza Hut.
Yeah, it's true.
I got 2.
Pizza Hut is very influenced by Victorian architecture.
Yeah. Eric's house is a molding this. Now I'm seeing it all over.
Yeah, it's on every ceiling.
Yeah, it looks like the Pizza Hut logo.
It's on every ceiling.
Which is weird because we're in Papa John's.
We're in a Papa John's territory, man. This is Louisville, baby.
Yeah. The Papa lives here.
Not anymore.
Everyone was like,
He's with fucking Dave in Yellow Springs now, trying to get his stand-up career going. He's like, I'm canceled too.
No, remember when he was all sweaty?
Oh, yeah.
You could see his sweat trail around town.
You could just follow him.
It's like a local thing. Locals would take photos of it.
Oh, man. Do you think in today's cancel culture, do you think maybe Papa John, since a new comedy club is opening in Louisville, in an old pizza restaurant,
whoa,
do you think Papa John's is awaking the giant, as he said? The giant of anti-woke culture, and he's going to start a Louisville branch of Dave Chappelle's.
That's not what the club is. But,
Dave Chappelle's.
That was great. Whenever people are like, "We need to get the club back to how it was in the '90s." It's like, oh, you mean when the world was different?
When people's entertainment appetites were drastically different.
Yeah. I got a plan for how we can make the club more successful.
Let's change the entire world.
Shut down YouTube.
What if we blow up the internet?
Yeah, what if we cancel the streaming services for everybody?
Somebody goes back in time and just like cancels Evening of the Improv before it starts. It's stand-up's not ready yet. It needs to progress as an art.
It's also funny because it's like, yeah, how can we make it like all these other art forms all these other live entertainment art forms that have always been successful and have had people come out.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Concerts are like
other than if you count the category of popular acts.
That's never been the case.
Name one genre or anything where it's like, no, people have always like maybe Christian rock.
Plays.
Yeah,
This is fucking the Globe. You want to do the Globe Theater? I think that's the only one that's been consistently successful.
Live entertainment form has been like, oh man, you gotta go to Branson. Every Sunday for the past 50 years, you know there's a good show in Branson.
You got fucking Geezer McGee. What's his name?
They probably don't do shows on Sunday because it's Christian.
The Lord's Day.
You know who does shows on Sunday? Sorry, I have the hiccups. It is nice because it's giving like some suspense.
Yeah.
I was going to say God.
He does do shows on Sundays.
Yeah. And you know what? You can get a front row seat at any time. This isn't as cool as I thought it was. You know the thing about God shows, baby. It's
free wine.
One drink minimum, and it's blood.
It's blood.
It's your blood.
And you get blood.
It's a drink blood, baby.
One drink minimum, but it's got to be blood.
Back next week, everybody. It's going to be the same good vibes, all new material.
All new prayers.
Fresh baked ribs. I'm slinging psalms this Sunday. Come catch me slinging psalms.
This Sunday only.
I'm slanging
First United
psalms.
Methodist. It's always been a dream for me to sling a sermon.
I'm slinging. People in the comments, you're the best. I can't wait to see you someday. Cool priest. Would you ever consider being a priest? Because you're a person who's had probably very radical moments in your life.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a moment where you're like, oh, I'll just be celibate for God and I'll devote myself to the priesthood?
No, I've never thought that. I have thought like... It's a weird... I don't need to become celibate to become a priest.
Yeah, you need to if you're trying to truly like communicate with God.
I don't think that's how that works.
God only comes out when you have like cum backed up delusions.
Hey, I've been very clear-headed when I've been backed up with cum.
Exactly. Imagine if you were super backed up with cum all the time.
When I had gonorrhea, my head was clear as a bell. Unfortunately, the rest of my body was being slowly poisoned.
Yeah.
They needed a whip and a stool.
Yeah.
A lion show is a lot like a comedy show.
You know, the first time I did comedy was a lot like the first time I had sex.
It's
Except there were way more people around when I had. Sorry, the dog barked. I got scared.
I would love for a confident comedian to do that bit.
It was over
like at the
5
end,
minutes.
like at the, like he gets off stage and he's just talking to the host after the show. He's like, "Hey man, that was great. I mean, it was just like lose my virginity. Everything went perfect." He's just a really confident guy. Everything went perfect. It was just me and one person.
I will say though that when that right before I finished, you know, the first time I had sex, someone did flash a light at me.
Fucking in a park.
Yeah, it was just a cop. The flashlight. Hey, and then I said, "I've got a minute."
Yeah. You think a comic's ever gotten busted fucking in a car and been like, "I know, I'll wrap it up. Don't worry, I'm not gonna run the light."
You're smoking weed and a cop like pulls up with lights. And you're like, "Oh, I've got 60 seconds, officer."
Before I have to get off the stage of
take me to jail.
Off the stage of freedom.
I got pulled over the other day coming back from AWOL bar.
Yeah.
I did the show.
You showed him all the decorations you'd gotten there.
Yeah. I got $120 for the show, and it was I drove 3.5 hours each way.
Yeah.
And then I got a $183 speeding ticket.
That's how much a fucking speeding ticket is?
I know. Isn't that crazy?
What were you going, like 300 miles an hour?
I was trying to go to the future.
What the fuck? How fast were you going?
I was doing 90 and a 70, but that was the fastest I'd gone at all.
And where were you?
I was like a half hour east of Louisville.
Really?
Yeah, just on 71.
Huh.
I'm gonna try to have a friend of mine's a lawyer see what's up.
You got really bad luck.
No, I know, but also on the other hand, I had a bunch of weed in the car.
Yeah.
As did the other passenger. And the cop didn't even say.
Who's the other passenger?
It was another comic, Reed.
Oh, okay.
We were doing the show together, and there was this moment because I had like my weed, which is probably more than them.
Yeah.
And when the cop was like first pulled us over, there was this moment where I was gonna be like, "Hey, if he says he has weed, will you give him your weed?" And then I'll like,
no,
because mine will be more. Because we'll be like, "Officer, this is all we have."
But you should really black out all your windows. I don't really
speed much. It's very rare that I speed. That's how I got busted.
I'm not experienced.
I'm not good at it.
I'm not very experienced.
No, I drive the speed limit. I drive a reasonable amount.
Yeah.
Speed limit.
It's a 70, so you probably should have been doing about 77.
I should have been doing 77 to 80.
Throw it on cruise.
I bet if I would have been doing 80, I would have been doing fine, which is what I probably was doing most of the time.
Yeah.
I don't like cruise because I get too sleepy all the time.
A fucking Motley Crue song came on and you got pumped.
That's what happened. Is I turn on cruise and then I go, girls, girls, girls. And my tapping, all of a sudden I'm doing 85.
And I'm
at
swerving.
The dollhouse in Fort Lauderdale. That's a lyric in that song.
There's a dollhouse in Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah.
I gotta make a pilgrimage.
You should play, or I guess you can't, I'll play it on my phone. You ever hear that song, Girls, Girls, Girls?
Yes, I've heard that sing. I feel like it's 1982 and that song just came out.
Eric. We gotta go to the record store and fucking see if they'll let us put it on. One of the strip clubs is the dollhouse in Fort Lauderdale.
That can't be a good one.
That's like no, I disagree. I think that must be a great one.
The club, which resembled a giant flying saucer, stayed on the southwest corner of Sample Road.
No, that must be a great strip club because it's such an unwieldy phrase that you wouldn't choose to sing.
That's true.
You wouldn't, like, when you're just thinking of how to fill the song, you're not like, Fort Lauderdale.
What does that rhyme with?
The Body Shop and the Marble Arch.
The Body Shop is a famous strip club. I think it's a Canadian one.
Tropicana's where he lost his heart.
That's sad.
They didn't list a strip club in that part. It was just the drums. Unless there's a strip club that is just. Dun, dun, dun. No, I love it. 'Cause Fort Lauderdale, to me, is like, why would anyone ever sing that phrase?
Yeah, that's not a good one.
There's also a Billy Joel song where he sings Fort Lauderdale. So if I ever get a, you know what I mean, a big songwriting deal, Sony A&M Records. That's what I'm trying to do. No, I've never talked about it on the pod. I'm trying to be like a session songwriter.
Yeah, you didn't bring the banjo.
Yeah, it's in my car. I thought the cop kind of freaked me out.
I didn't want to have a banjo around a cop.
Well, it was before I realized he was just helping local children get their cats back.
They were doing something earlier.
What were they doing?
I think the dog got loose during a domestic dispute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's a big no-no.
We should get those cops on the pod.
You like this neighborhood?
Can cops do pods?
You like this neighborhood?
You guys like Motley Crue?
You like girls? You ever been to the Body Shop?
Do you think the girls got excited when their name was dropped in the song?
Or were they embarrassed?
Yeah, the Tropicana, they probably went nuts.
Oh, I bet they did. And that one who stole his heart.
The Tropicana's where
that's a bragging point. That's a bragging point.
Yeah, dude. The Tropicana.
She get hired at any strip club in the world with that kind of resume.
Do you think you go to the Tropicana and they're like, yeah, I'm the one? Some old lady smoking a cigarette in the entrance.
Perfect timing.
Well, here's a classic way to end it.
There you
go. What do you think of this as an insult? Wait, I've got 3 things.
Three insults?
Three bits. Do you think I could sell this to a female comic? My gynecologist, I called them up, and they were like, yeah, we'll be able to squeeze you in. And I was like, whoa, doc.
Why? Where are they getting squeezed into?
I think it'll be the other way around.
It's like a doctor calling for a job at a gynecologist, at an OBGYN.
What do you think if this is an insult? No, never mind. Do you think Hawaiian people, when they get their emails and it says potential spam,
they get real excited?
Very excited.
Even the potential is enough for me.
Some sort of giveaway.
What else is in there? Pig roast?
Could be spam. Could be
A
nothing.
whole luau in this email?
Ooh, potential spam. Subscribe to Funny Dinner.